What is going on, guys? Delta here. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. Hope you enjoyed Stairway to Heaven, or my very introductory version of it. But today we have some really promising stuff for the game regarding bug fixes and quality of life improvements to the game, especially for all you conflict players out there. I know I'm pretty happy about these changes too. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support my channel has been receiving recently. I really appreciate everyone stopping by and interacting with my channel. So if you guys have been enjoying my content, please consider liking it, as it really helps me out. Finally, if you enjoy my content and want to be notified when I upload, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Alrighty guys, getting right into the video. Today the servers went down for a few hours for a few maintenance issues. We got word of these changes a few weeks ago when Yannick, the community manager, posted on Twitter saying that with the next major update, there are changes we are making for the entire game that will have a direct impact on PvP. We don't have anything else planned until then except for fixing some annoying bugs. Looking at you, Shrapnel Trap. This was posted a few weeks ago in August. This morning, a Ubisoft moderator posted on the Ubisoft forums the following message: fixed an issue that caused players to become invisible if a player detonated the EMP sticky bomb while interacting with a ladder. Fixed an issue where players could infinitely use/throw the Shrapnel Trap skill with no cooldown while having 4 pieces of the rigger set. Fixed an issue where players could climb over a fence in Coney Island Ballpark and reach a non-playable area. So I know these aren't huge game-changing fixes, but I know this will make a lot of players happy to see the changes that are being made to the game, and overall support for the players is the most important thing. I don't really know how many people were using this trap skill in PvP, but many people have expressed their fatigue with the power of skill builds and status effect builds in PvP, especially within the conflict game mode. Conflict has been dominated by these types of builds, and I think this will help reduce the number of skills and availability of this Shrapnel Trap within that mode, which I think will make many people happy. The Coney Island issue where players can get out of the map doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it does show that the developers are focusing on small issues and bugs that take away from the experience of the game. This shows that the developers are devoting more time to the project and making it better for the enjoyment of all players, and to me that's a really good thing to see. I wonder if we are going to start seeing some bug fixing now due to the content being completed or Ubisoft gaining some of their staff back from other projects. I don't know. So on to the future and what this may mean for the game and the update schedule. Yannick mentions that they will make a few bug fixes, which were the ones that I mentioned above. Not much to speak of before the next major update. The fact that the maintenance came now in September makes me think that the next thing, that being the quote-unquote major update, is coming relatively soon. I know originally I said that I thought the Division Heartland would release in December, and the Division 2's new content will release in March. And while I still think that this is a slim possibility, the overall community consensus is that the new content will come in December and Heartland will come in March. I think both possibilities make some sense and both of them have merits, but if I'm being realistic, I think the new content will come in December, particularly now since we just hit Yannick's comments about the bug fixes for the Shrapnel Trap. We've been using his tweets as a landmark of some sorts to orient ourselves and manufacture a release window, and if that model is to be trusted and to continue to be used, this release date makes the most sense. Some have pointed out that March is an auspicious time for the Division franchise, with the last 2 games being released during that month, as well as the Warlords of New York expansion. So it makes sense that Red Storm would release Heartland during that time or that month. Regardless, the developers are seemingly returning and they're talking more, which may indicate the content is close to done, or it is done, if they have time and resources to execute bug fixes and quality of life improvements. Looking back at the Ubisoft patch notes for the semi-weekly maintenance, the last time we saw an actual maintenance note, those being the descriptions of the maintenance of any substance, was over 2 months ago. You can't even see it on the Ubisoft website. That's how long ago it was. This was one of the reasons that the community was upset and nervous for the fate of the franchise, that being there was no communication and no evidence of care to the game. We just knew that it had a skeleton crew, and we had always heard that there was more coming, more on the way, but nothing ever to show for it. It has been changing recently, and this news today is the latest of a string of new information that has come out in the recent weeks, indicating that the developers are talking about the game finally. This is all up to interpretation, of course, and we will know more when Ubisoft decides to share that information, but for right now, this is the best that we have. Alrighty guys, thank you all for making it to the end of the video. If you have any comments or questions regarding anything I've covered in this video, please be sure to drop a comment or to reach out to me on Twitter. Let me know what you think of the video and the bug fixes. Do you think you'll jump in as a result? Also, let me know what you thought of the release date now that we have reached the quote-unquote Yannick indicator. That's what I'm calling it. But that's all from me, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Delta out. Peace.